Hello everybody, welcome back to episode number 50 here in the Systematic Factory. I have been doing a little bit of experimenting just to see different things I could do to try to get the GMO A-OK achievement. And I'm gonna be frank, I just don't want to do it. It's gonna take weeks probably for me to get it. And I don't really want to do it right now. I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on getting the other achievements done, and I'll leave this set up with my mealwood to see if we manage to get a mutated mealwood, because that's the first one on my list that I don't have. I already have a thimbleweed mutation that I got naturally, and I have a sleet wheat one, but the rest of these are going to take so long, and frankly, I'm at the point in this series I'm ready to finish up these last couple things and get on out of here and start something new and fresh and fun. And I can keep this world, and I can keep every once in a while working on getting another seed, and then I'll update you with progress if I finish it. It would be nice to have all the achievements done in one world, but I could also do another achievement run and focus on some crops from the beginning, which is something I intend to do anyway. So I think I'm just going to finish it out. I'm going to collect my artifacts, set up a system for that, and we'll finish our last two imperatives, and we'll do maybe a little tour around the base since we are 6,500 cycles in here, and move on from there. Maybe if anybody has any links or ideas on ways that I can improve a setup to do the mutated crop thing, I'd be happy to get any thing sent there in the comments, because that would be super helpful to me. But what we need to focus on right now is getting artifacts, and I have brought a bunch of them in here that we brought from other worlds. I have some more on the main colony still, I believe. I don't know if they're still here, if I loaded them all up. Yeah, there's a toy bot right here. I'm gonna relocate you up to here. I have another one sitting there, honey jar, the useless machine, the sink. So we have several of them there. I'm gonna figure out where I want to set up a display for them. Probably here on the main colony. We can put it inside our room here and get everything cleaned up and put them on display. So I'll probably get rockets set up to bring them all back here. And we'll also need to work on getting some rockets set up for going to collect them. So let me get things sorted out with that and get some things underway, and then we'll go get our artifacts. Did some change up on Summer's rocket and installed a bunch of artifact transport modules. And the first thing I'm doing is we have 5 of them here that we brought to Hazard Otto. I am going to move those back to our main colony. But along the way, we're going to hit up this spot on the star map. If you look, this is an annihilated satellite. There is an artifact available. So we have Summer launching. She's going to head over there, grab that artifact, and then once we have it, we're going to bring it down here. What I need to set up is some things for the artifact. So first of all, there are pedestals to place the artifacts on, and we're going to need 20 of them total. And now the next thing I need to build is under stations, there's an artifact analysis station. And this is where we take the entombed artifacts and we clean them up so that we can display them. And I need power for this. Let's see where we have power that I could easily draw from. Up here, there's 1455. This machine uses 480, so that would be okay. So we can bring this power wire down here. Let's just go like so. We'll come across this way, and we'll bring it down to here. Once we get all that built, and we get Summer back, we can bring the artifacts down here out of the rocket, get them cleaned up, and start putting them on display. And then we can head out to try to get more of them. There are artifacts all over the place, so all of these spots here have artifacts. We may need to go over here to get it, so we'll have to set up a rocket that we can get to there. We did set up a recharge system here. Now we have a lot of damage here, so we'll have to fix some things when we land. But we can get this back up and running. This is still running down here, so our power issues here are probably because we have damages to wires. We have flooding going on. So we have some stuff we would need to fix before we can recharge here, but we can stop here and we can head out with our rocket from there to get to these areas here. I think the only spot we would need is this unknown object. So as far as artifacts go, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 there. And then these systems also have artifacts. I guess technically all of these have artifacts. So I don't really need to go over here, but we might just to try to get it complete. But for now, we're going to let Summer finish getting this artifact for us. We're going to bring them all back here, figure out which ones we have and which ones we still need to get. Our pedestals are built, and so is our artifact analysis station. And we have a couple of duplicants that have the masterwork skill, so they are having a good time cleaning up our artifacts. We also get vacillator recharges, which are used for the stations where you can give new skills to duplicants. I don't think we have any on either of our planetoids, because I think we got rid of them. I wasn't worried about them. We might have one available on one of the other planetoids if we want to try to save them and use them. I don't know if we will. So the ones we have cleaned here so far are the useless machine and what is the other one here? Let's put this one up. So the useless machine is done. We have the sink being analyzed. So basically what it does is it cleans off all the neutronium around them that is on the image, and it makes it so that they're nice and shiny for us. And then we can put them up for display. So any artifacts that are on the map that are not cleaned will get brought here and cleaned off, and then just sit here and we can line them up. We have Summer almost at our destination to pick up our next artifact here. She has 5 more on her ship that we're going to be bringing back in. Plus that one makes 6. But that's going to be one of the space ones and 5 of the terrestrial ones. And then we also have these 2 plus 2 others that are on Dampina now. So that gives us 9. The reason we have 9 is because when we were doing the snow planet, I only found 1 artifact in this area. And I don't think I missed any. I think there's just 1 here, which means we're going to have to go to one of these other planets to get one. We've already gotten 2 off of Rakiel, and there's nothing left there. We've gotten the 2 off of Gasista, and there's nothing left there. We've explored pretty much everything. So our options are to go to Obsidiol and try to dig in, which we might do. We would have to send down another rover to get a rocket platform built. Or, not a rover, a lander. And then we'd have to dig around to get some stuff. It would be a pretty difficult one to do. I think probably the best thing we could do is here on the water planet. As much as it will be difficult to get down to the bottom of the ocean, we could do it. And we send down a lander. We already have the rover lander here, so that the lander plus that would be enough for the rocket platform. I could potentially send down 2 landers and get just trying to look at the map. I don't know if it would be worth trying to get the rocket to land down at the bottom here. But basically all we have to do is get down in here, grab one of these 2. So it wouldn't be too difficult. Normally I would try to preserve like the oxygen and stuff in here, but I don't think we're going to do anything other than get the artifacts. So if we can just get a ladder built down to here, dig in, grab the artifacts, take them up to our rocket, and leave, we should be all set. But that is after we get the rest of these done. That'll be one of the harder ones to do. So let's just get this rocket traveling back. So we picked up an office mug. Oh, it looks like we have 2 of those. So let's change destination and come here. The other thing I want to look at while we're waiting for that rocket to move again is, now that we have cleaned a couple of artifacts, does it show us? Yes, it shows us that those are terrestrial ones. And it'll be interesting to see when we clean both of the office mugs that we have on the rocket now, if those will be, how it determines like which one's terrestrial and which one is not. And I think that it's just that it remembers where they came from. And so we know where we need to go find one by looking at the achievement. So we'll put the sink in place. We'll get the other 2 cleaned up. We'll get the rest of them cleaned up when we get out here, and then we will send the rocket out to pick up some more artifacts. I got 4 different rockets all in the game now, picking up artifacts, though it seems like all of these have been giving me office mugs. So I don't know if what the deal with that is, because I have several of them. So this one is heading over to some of these POI mining fields. This one is heading to this one, and then it has to head back because it'll be out of juice. And I have the Amy Wong is in orbit around Dampiol, because I can now send somebody down to the surface. So, okay, yeah, we still have that there. So let's go back up to star map, and we will select it again and deploy Bert. Bert, you can go right there. He should have his suit on. Deconstruct both of these. This should give us just enough steel to build our rocket platform, which means we can bring down our rocket. But I also am going to have to dig out some of the sandstone so I can make some ladders. Let's put the rocket platform over. We'll do it like this. We can dig out a little bit more there too. He has time. Bring our rocket in. Oops, not do rocket. We want to bring our rocket in for a landing. What are you doing, Bert? Is it bedtime? Move out of the way of the rocket. Okay. Bert has gotten the rocket set. We're going to mine out some more sandstone, because we're going to need to build a ladder down. Okay, I guess that's a little bit. And then we just need to build a ladder from here all the way down. It'll take them a while, but they have Atmos suits, so they can do it. And then we'll be able to start working on getting ourselves into the space below the ocean and grabbing some artifacts. I have just a few updates on our progress here. I have my rockets still traveling back to Hazardato. One of them has gotten back. That one has an office mug and a small obelisk. The other 2 are still heading back here. They're coming here because they need to refuel, and then they need to go to Dampina to drop off the artifacts for display. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for the other rockets to get here. I'm going to load all of the artifacts onto one, and I will travel over to Dampina with it, and I'll send the other ones back out for more artifacts. That way they're not all 3 traveling back and forth between the 2 planets. The next thing I want to update you on is we have finally gotten a mutated mealwood seed. And so, oh, these are all set to will analyze. So these are all the ones that I have already located that are somewhere for us to grab. So I'm gonna set this to, somebody's already currently going to it, so that's good. What's the issue here? Moderate wounds from what? What if they got hit by some kind of rad bolt or something? I'm not even sure, but we have some seeds getting analyzed here, so we're gonna have them grab those, and then we can check out our achievement then. The next thing I want to check in on is over here at Dampiol. So what I did after I got the ladder down is using some airflow tiles, I created this section here, which is blocking the water from coming in. I also used 2 bits of nuclear waste and some water to create this here. What it does is it allows it to make sure that the water won't flow through. So there's pressure builds up here, but this pressure of water can't pass through here because the nuclear waste is here, so it won't dislodge that. Then there's 1500 water in the middle, and there's more liquid nuclear waste here. And so this can't push the liquid nuclear waste up, so the water can't shift out of place, and it creates a pretty permanent lock. I have some water down here we'll have to clean up when we're done, but basically now I can just build, now I can build a ladder down here and go and work our way over here to grab our artifacts, no problem. And this place can stay how it is. I'd like to also get down and see the bottom here, just to see what is down here at the bottom of our world. This actually took some doing because I didn't bring any steel with me. I wasn't thinking about the fact that I'd want to build airflow tiles. So what I did is I disassembled some of the piping in here. I actually want to replace it now. That way it's back to normal, but it's using materials. I built it with steel at the time because I had tons of steel. And I'm glad I did, because then I used that extra steel to get what we needed done down here. So, like I said, we're going to work our way down through here. We'll get over to grab these artifacts, and then we're going to bring them back, and we will work on analyzing the seeds that we have. I don't know if we're going to be able to get them all done, but we'll get as many as we can in this episode and see how it goes. We need to swap these out so that we can be growing the next ones. So these are easy to swap because of them being planters, and I think that that's what I'm going to end up using, because bringing a pip down here to replant everything is kind of a pain, though it is a seed from one of those that we did get it to land on. So we're going to leave the dirt here in case we need to plant some seeds wildly, but these are more likely to get us a seed that's mutated because we harvest them more often. And it's when you're harvesting a plant in radiation that you have a chance of getting a mutated specimen. So we're going to move on to the next one as soon as we get these uprooted. We're going to analyze the ones we have, and we're going to work on getting more artifacts back over to the main colony to analyze and get posted. So we still need the 2 from Dampina for down here, and then we need a bunch of space artifacts, and we are just going to keep plugging away at it till we get them all.
Bob's working on cleaning up our last artifact that we have for the moment here. We have some sandstone, which should finish out our base artifacts. So if we put that in place, we can see we have the 10 out of 10 for space artifacts. I still need the 2 more terrestrial. I have my rocket heading back down to our water planetoid. We ran out of oxygen for our Atmos suits, so I sent them back to refill. And all we need to do once we get back here is get over to where the artifacts are. So we just have to dig down through here, work our way over to grab them. You can see this has been holding up for many, many cycles, so we don't have to worry about the water coming through into here. Once we get those 2 and get them back and get them analyzed, we'll be finished with that. I have been working on more of the GMO achievement. I got 1 more, but it's very, very, very slow going. The chances of getting it are very small, and so it just takes forever. So I've only gotten Bristle Blossom, Dust Cap, and Mealwood finished. Another reason that I have been discouraged from wanting to try this is that I had Thimbleweed and I had Sleetweed, but my Thimbleweed seed I guess got used because I used it by mistake. And when I rebuilt our food system over here to move it in here, I forgot to set this to forbid mutants in our gas range. And so the sleet wheat that I had that was a different seed got used up in a frost bun recipe. So I'd have to redo both of those, which is very frustrating. So I think that I'm probably going to just keep working on these as I finish up this last little bit, and then we're just going to call it a day. I know how to get the seeds, but I'm not going to spend another week of time just to get them, just to be finished with them for now. I'll keep working on it when I get a time, and maybe I'll put out a little bonus episode once we get it done. But all we have left to do is get those last 2 artifacts, and then we'll knock this one out, and then all we have to do is finish out the map. And then I'm going to do a little bit of a go around to show you some of the things we've done, and talk about what we're going to do in the next series. Well, we got down and we got in here and excavated this room, and I have our artifacts queued up to be loaded onto our rocket. Thought we'd take a minute just to look around, see if there's anything down here that's very interesting. You can see the neutronium down here at the bottom. So it looks like we have some obsidian, some granite below here. Nothing too fancy. I didn't plan on building anything here anyway, but it's nice to know what is at the bottom of the water planet, because I don't know that I've ever been down here before. We just need to load these in to our rocket and then bring our rocket back home so we can analyze them, and then we will be finished with our artifact achievement, because those are the last 2 that we need. We just need 2 more terrestrial-based artifacts that are unique. And this is an X-ray and a strange brick, which I have not found yet. And there we go. We have done it. Exploring the corner of the universe, we have found and assembled a collection of artifacts from another civilization. Studying these artifacts can give us a greater understanding of who we are, where we come from. Only by learning about the past can we build a brighter future, one where we learn from the mistakes of our predecessors. Imperative complete. Cosmic archaeology. All we have left now is the Great Escape. As far as doing the GMO A-OK achievement goes, I have been still running some grub fruit through here. Haven't gotten any extra seeds from them. Basically, this process is just a matter of getting the seeds set up so that they can grow within the radiation that I have here, and then patiently waiting until one of them gets harvested and gives us a mutated seed. All the different seeds have different things where I'd have to change out the atmosphere or change out the fertilization, but I have the ability to do all of them, so I am going to just move on without finishing it for now. We probably will keep working at it just to get the achievement done, and maybe I'll update once that comes around, but it's been 6,600 cycles, and we've done quite a bit on this place. We have huge oxygen creation. Our petroleum boiler has been running now for, I think we built this early on in like cycle 2 or 300, and it's been running the entire time. So this design has definitely been tested to reach the point where I know that it works. So I might adapt it some more for what I want to do, but I don't even remember the name of who came up with this design, but it's definitely a good one. It works well without any moving parts, so it doesn't break. We've gone through lots of different critters that we have used for the last several thousand cycles. We've been living off of this slicksters that also are producing petroleum for us and providing us with food. Just done so many things, been to so many places. Hey, this is not working. I think our geothermal plant has finally quit. Maybe we're just not pumping enough. Oh, it's because of the pressure. So there's not enough heat in here, so the steam isn't getting hot enough, so it's not getting pulled out. And I had been working on connecting this up to some more heat sources down here, but you know, this was just a fun project. The getting steam or boiling the polluted water and the salt water to get steam and get water that way, it's not a very efficient process. It was fun, but it is not the best way to do it. There's plenty of other better ways to do things. I'm also really happy with how well our oil system has worked. I just did some more changes to it, and I was working on those, but lots of projects that go unfinished as time goes on. Our second colony, we did pretty good as far as setting up some new things. I like this really compact food system that provides us with enough food for this is basically enough for 30 duplicants, in having some of them in space too, which is pretty awesome. So this is definitely something I will replicate in the future, make me come up with more efficient ways to make it. And it can be made early on too, and then that way this food can just stockpile for us the entire time. So I've had a lot of fun in this playthrough. Did some new things with nuclear reactors and stuff. As far as things that I probably will not do again in the next playthrough, the biobots were fun to play around with and learn how they worked, but I probably won't add it into the next map just because I feel like it's not the best. I think that we need some changes to it. Biobots are slow, they can't do certain tasks, and a lot of times you're working on a project and you're trying to keep it moving, and a biobot gets assigned to the job, and all of a sudden now you have to wait because a biobot has to go from really far away to bring stuff when you can't upgrade their skills like you can with duplicates. I do know that the new DLC coming out with the bionics duplicates, it's going to be a lot of fun to actually have bionic duplicates that function differently. It's a whole new game. So I'm excited to mess around with that when it comes out. I'm excited to do the Frosty Planet stuff. And some of the designs I've had have worked really well. Some of them need some more tweaking for the next time, but I'm going to take some time off and work on some other projects over the holidays while I plan out my next series of Oxygen Not Included. And, you know, I'll still have some videos up, but the next Oxygen Not Included probably won't start until right around Christmas time is when I'm hoping to have the premiere come out for our next series. So for now, let's send our duplicate through the temporal tear and move on to our next colony so that we can do that. I've set up Trivaldo to go. I've been waiting to get rid of Trivaldo ever since I got him because he has natural gas. He's flatulent, so like he's been a pain to deal with throughout the series. So I'm ready to send him off to another solar system to go do something else. So his rocket, all it has is enough fuel to get him over to the temporal tear. So we're going to start him on his mission, and then we'll come back when we want to watch the final cinematic of the game. Okay, everybody, we have finally arrived at the temporal tear. Let's enter it. Imperative achieved, the great escape. We've always viewed the temporal tear as a phenomenon to fear, but like the civilizations before us, the call to adventure asks us to confront our anxiety and leap into the unknown. As a radical action of hope, I have set enough duplicates through the temporal tear to start another colony, explore dimensions beyond ours, and plant the seeds of life throughout time and space. I mean, I guess one farting duplicate is enough to start a new colony, maybe? And with that, it finishes out all of our achievements. We'll try to reload that. I just want to see it finished. There we go. All of our achievements except for the GMO A-OK, and I am A-OK with that. This achievement I'll keep working on, and we'll get it, but it's just going to take a lot of time. I may also try, like I said, in the next playthrough, we may start doing planting early on so that we can get this done. And I have some ideas that we could do either wheezeworts or shine bugs to help with the radiation for these, so that it's, if we're doing it where we have lots and lots of time to do it instead of trying to get it done at the end by putting it off. It shouldn't be as difficult, but this wasn't originally part of the plan. Originally, we were just going to finish all the base game achievements, adding in the DLC achievements. I didn't think we'd get even half of them done, and now we've gotten all but the GMO AOK achievement done. I think I'm pretty happy with that. We also have a total of 30 duplicates that survived the entire time. Some of them, the most recent addition would have been 477 cycles ago, it looks like. But we've had some people that have made it all the way from the beginning, and I'm pretty happy with how this playthrough went. There's a lot of things I want to change up for the next one, do some more interesting things, and I'm excited for it. I hope you are too. So I hope you enjoyed watching this series, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.